Can't wait for you to come my way. I've been far away, but I'll keep running.
It's Vocalo Radio, Chicago's only urban alternative, only NPR music station in the city. I'm Nudia in the afternoon. Hello. We're just coming out of the song Mariposa. And now this is a song I was listening to on my way in. And I was just seeing the city, driving in my Uber. Like, I feel like it really made me fantasize, romanticize my life. And coincidentally, I do have the band of this song. We have the Peach Tree Rascals in the building. Hello, guys.
Hello.
Okay, so, I mean, there's a few of you. If we want to do introductions really quick. Okay, who's everyone?
All right, so I'm Isaac. I'm the rapper of the group.
My name is Tarrek. I sing and I songwrite and I dance.
I'm Dom. I'm the producer and I sing too a little bit.
All right. Okay, so I mean, we love the song, and I mean, a lot of people loved it too. There's so many interesting parts about your guys' story. There's so many interesting things that I think are so like 2024, like things that could only happen like in the 2020s. Really, they all kind of happened to you guys as a musical group. And the most interesting thing that I kind of was looking at, and that's really different to our generation, is that, you know, when a song goes viral, like Mariposa has, like hundreds of thousands of people use the audio. Like as of, this month, 74 million views on the video on YouTube. And all this happened, the virality happened before you guys had even done a show.
Mm-hmm.
How crazy. Did that feel like Monopoly money? Like during the pandemic, like everyone was locked in? What did that feel like?
It was weird. Like we weren't active on TikTok at the time, and the song was going crazy on TikTok. So we'd kind of get word of it and then go on TikTok specifically just to see the progress and how it's going. But I think the biggest difference between something blowing up during the pandemic and blowing up now is that we didn't have a chance to experience it live. And that's where the weirdness comes in.
But that was also cool that it happened to have its moment on TikTok because you get to see the people use the audio. So it's like for the time, like for everyone being at home, it's kind of a gateway to see who's using it, who's listening to it, and how they're using the sound. So it was kind of cool middle ground. Like we don't get to go and perform for people, but we get to see like the faces of the people who are using the song. So it's, look for the good moments in it. But we didn't get to experience the live part of it, so it was a little bit of a bummer. But we're here now.
That's true. No more pandemic. Is there a certain video that stands out to you guys of people that have used the audio, of fans that have reused it? Like, is there any video that you saw and you're like, oh wow, like this kind of hits the feels a little bit?
Honestly, there isn't one specific one. It's just like the feeling of just seeing all the people using it and just dancing to it, and especially during like the peak of COVID when people, like looking back at it, you don't really remember how tough of a time it was, but people were very lonely and eager to get out and have fun. So getting to see people smile to our songs and dance to our songs during a time like that, just like all together, just felt really good.
And of course, the song is, I mean, it's very like lover boy. Are you guys lover boys? Do you consider yourself?
Yeah, we're lover boys.
Yeah. We're all, literally every single one of us is in a committed relationship that's spanned for over like 2 years, 3 years. Mm-hmm. Like every single one of us.
Okay, that's crazy. Now, is there, I will say, is there a difference between lover boys and simps?
Yes.
What's the difference?
I feel like a simp carries a connotation that's kind of pathetic. And it's like if you're simping over a girl, it's not a positive thing for you and your life, and it could negatively affect your progress as a human being. Whereas if you're a lover boy, you kind of, you're just showing love to the person that you like the most, and you're doing things, going out of your way to make them happy while not losing track of your own progress.
I feel like I need to make that TikTok audio now. Like, right? Like, I mean,
I had never thought about that till now, though. So
No, because when I was listening to that song, it is really beautifully written and stuff. And of course, you guys broke down the lyrics. I watched the lyric video on Genius, and I love the way you guys broke down like the dichotomy of the different verses, but all kind of saying like the same thing. And I was kind of wondering that. I'm like, yeah, what's the difference between a simp and a lover boy?
Simp and a pimp.
So as a group, there's a couple of you guys. Was it hard to rein on like these themes of your music? Like, are you guys like, this is what we want our music to be about? Or are you like, whatever happens, happens?
It's honestly whatever happens, happens. But I think just like the chemistry and the connection we've had as friends, like we've been friends for years before we even started making music together. So naturally for the first like 4 years of us making music, like we wouldn't even talk about lyrics. Like we would just play the song and then each one of us would like write our own lyrics and then record it. And then we would just realize like it all works and we're all thinking about the same thing and feeling the same thing just based off of the chords being played and the music being played. And then we just be looking at each other like, and that's cool. Like we all are on the same page. We're all writing about the same thing, but we didn't talk about it at all. So,
and also we've known each other. Well, I've known these guys since they started writing songs. So like I've experienced them go from day one to what it's at right now. And in that, like, I feel like I know where they're going when I hear the instrumental. So if Dom's making a beat, he's producing whatever, making some chords, and then everybody's in their own little corner writing, I could kind of gauge like, he's going to go this way, he's going to go this way, I'm going to do my and then it's all going to mesh together. And it usually does. So it's kind of a little bit of both of like knowing what it's going to be about and also just letting things happen.
And coming after the like, having something go viral, I feel like this is something we don't talk about either. Is there a need to make every other song go viral too after that? Like, is that like personally, like how does that weigh on you? You're like, okay, this is a hit. Now we need to make another one, like.
I mean, like that's in a way every song we've ever made we've had that feeling for. Like even before Mariposa, like we thought like Mango would be the one or Summer would be the one or Violet would be the one, Plus would be the one. Like every song we release, every song we make in the studio, we feel like it has potential to have a moment as big as any other song. But it was mainly like, and like that's the kind of energy we always put into our music, and that's like the goal. But it was mainly after we started to gain some success, and then we had like more of like labels, agents, managers coming into our ears, and that's when like that pressure and like the outside noises of wanting to get another hit, another Mariposa, like that was what we heard. Like you got to make another Mariposa, and then that kind of takes you out of like the joy of having just fun and making the best music you can possibly make every single time. But we learned we're able to experience that and figure out how to filter through all the noise and just get back to what we've been doing from the beginning. And I think that's going to give us the best chances of getting another Mariposa in terms of numbers. But every song we release, we feel like is another Mariposa.
I love that. And you say like, there's like labels and things like that in your ears. Does your friendship give you guys something to fall back on? Like when you have all this outside noise? Because you guys have been friends since high school, right? Like It's a while.
Friendship is like the number one foundation of everything we've ever done as a group, as a company, as a business, or whatever. Because like if we were to break down every single thing that we've been through, positive or negative, because a lot of times success could drive people apart, a lot of times bad things can drive people apart. And I feel like many other groups, if they experienced what we experienced, they would have fallen off as far as like friends. They would have stopped working, stopped being together. And I think the friendship that we established previous to making music as a group is what's held us together for this long.
And Dom, so how did you guys all meet? Were you guys all met in high school, and then someone was recruited on Twitter? Is that what?
This man George,
I kind of love that because it's so random. So what happened? Was everyone in class together, and is that or like just seeing each other around high school?
I had PE with Isaac, and we would like always team up against like I don't know. We kind of just like fell in love. It was like
We were the most athletic ones
I
in
was
the
gonna
class.
say, were y'all track stars? Like, were you guys y'all were running the 6-minute miles together? Is that
Nah,
how
he
it
was the
Track
runner.
star.
I was a he
5
was
minutes.
he was the runner. I was a hooper. Go ahead, Tom.
Oh no, nothing. And we met in water polo, or I feel like we got closer during water polo. It's like first time ever experienced something like that.
So romantic.
Yeah, I would just see him swimming around, and
You're like
throwing
that. That's gonna be my guy.
That's my guy.
I love that. The bromances are real too, okay? Bromances are real romances. So coming on to, now you guys are doing shows. You're doing a show in Chicago tonight. And what has that been like to be on the road and to actually like be with your fans face to face?
It's amazing. It's like everything we ever hoped for, and it took a while for it to happen. This is our first U.S. tour. We're doing 19 shows in 27 days. We have like
That's a lot.
It's a lot.
That's a lot. Are
We
you guys
have,
going
like,
crazy a little bit? Like a
all
little
driving.
Yeah, we're on the road.
no planes?
No planes.
Oh.
We started in Seattle and we've been driving since. But every show, like all the tiredness, all the driving, all the lack of sleep, like none of that matters once it's showtime. And when we get on that stage and there's like hundreds of people that paid their hard-earned money to come see us
Or
sing our songs.
Traveled to see us.
Yeah, travel. There's some people drive like 3, 4, 5, 6 hours just to come see us. And it's like there's no time for anything other than giving them the best show possible and putting all of our energy into that 1 hour that we have with those people.
It's pretty crazy experience. Like the amount of fatigue that comes with driving, like 10, 15, 18 hours, like to a show, is crazy. Like I could be asleep the whole day and not be able to talk or give anything any energy, but once it's showtime, it's like the light just shines through.
Come alive?
Yeah.
And you guys do have like really good reception with your fans, with like fan interaction. And is that like important to y'all to like be like, I wanna be close to my fans?
For sure.
Yeah.
100%.
That's everything. Like that connection lasts forever. So if we're able to establish that through a concert, like we're trying our best to do that.
And like we had, like we talked about, Mariposa blew up during COVID, and like we were doing virtual calls and virtual shows with our fans and little.
I
like,
forgot those
chat
those
rooms.
happen, huh?
Yeah. So
Oh
it's
my
like-
gosh.
It's almost surreal. 3-4 years since we like have been doing those, to see in person the fans that were in some of those chat rooms and video calls, and it just feels like, we waited a long time, and it's like it's validating to see that they have stuck with us all this time too.
And who are you guys listening to right now? Because I'm sure like you're on the road. There's lots of time to driving, 18 hours. There's lots of time to listen to music. Who are you guys really like feeling right now?
For me, I kind of stick with the same Kendrick Lamar, Anderson .Paak, Stevie Wonder.
I mean, Kendrick's definitely trending right now. Like,
he is. He just yeah, dude. Hell yeah.
I think he has the song of the summer, and it's very like
sure.
Cali. Like that is a Cali like
Area.
song.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, what about you guys, Isaac and Tarrek?
I also like Kendrick. I love Drake. I love.
Oh, this must be a hard time for you then.
No, it's
Huh.
a great time.
Really?
It's a great
It's a
time.
great time. It's just good music coming out for my.
You
ears.
need something to like invigorate the culture, right? The hip hop culture.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Chance is coming back with some
Mhm.
beautiful stuff. Who else? Stevie Wonder. Dom always plays like you said. He always plays the same stuff, and then every once in a while, like
60s, 70s soul.
yeah, and then I'll catch the vibe and get lost in the sauce.
I've been listening to a lot of Kendrick. Kendrick's been a staple in my life. He's my number one all time anything in the art community. I listen to a lot of Future, because Future is like, a lot of people don't listen to what he's saying, but like he gets real motivational, real inspirational, real deep. You just gotta listen further than the beat. And then I also love YoungBoy, NBA YoungBoy. Just 'cause-
Kanye too.
Yeah, he listens to Kanye too. So do I. Everybody does. It's hard not to listen to Kanye. He's one of the best of all time. But yeah, that's who I listen to.
And when you guys are, working on your songs, you put out a few songs lately, like no pun intended. But like Airplane Window, Lately is it hard to work on music when you guys are on the road, or do you find it easier?
It's pretty hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's because when we planned on going on tour, we planned on bringing the studio too, which we have it. But actually, like finding time to actually like set up the studio and then record, it's like already like midnight when you get to the hotel.
And you gotta leave at 5 a.m. and you gotta sleep. Like even if you have time, you need to prioritize your energy for showtime.
You need to sleep. You need to eat good. You need to work out. So yeah, it's a lot harder than what we thought. But the energy's there though. Like I want to make music and I want to create, but really hard.
Just build up that. Well, we could just build up that energy on tour, and then when we get back home, just let it all run out.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we kind of
stories.
We kind of set ourselves up to be ahead this year, so we already have like the next few releases already ready to go, and we had all these songs ready to go before even coming out on tour. So, yeah, just staying ahead and working. Like we didn't release a single song last year. It's the first time since we released our first song that we went a whole year without releasing anything. We just been like stocking up and getting ready and being.
I feel like fans really appreciate that though. Sometimes when you take your time to release new music, I mean, we were dying waiting for SZA's new album. I was dying waiting for Thames to drop that album. Like when you really take your time and you like kind of tease your fans, I do think it ends up paying off. I did want to, before I let you guys go get ready for your day, reading your story when I said earlier when I started the interview, there are so many interesting things. I was reading that many of you guys in the group are children of immigrants. Mm-hmm. And, having this discussion of, like feeling the need to be the perfect child, in your family. Has it been difficult, maybe living up to the standards, or maybe your parents not understanding what you do?
I feel like in the beginning, because like there's something scary about going into art as like your career, especially for immigrant parents who are the first to come to America to make sure you go to school and go to college and get a good job and have a good, clear safety net underneath you. So, like, in the very beginning when I was talking about going into music, like, they're always supportive of what I want to do. But the second I told them that I was thinking about dropping out of college to pursue music full-time and give it my full energy, that's when it got a little difficult and there's a disconnect, because that's, like, one of the main reasons they came here is for the college system to, help set up the future. But once it started going good and the numbers started to back us up, that's when they were like, all right, like it's starting to work and it looks like, you got it figured out. And yeah, just good communication and realizing like no matter how hard or how much of a disconnect there might be on the path, like they just want what's best for you and want you to know that you're okay. And as long as you communicate that everything's okay and give everything your all, then it's all good.
Yeah. I mean, a huge part of the emotional part of that is like, or maturing, I should say, is understanding that at the end of the day, like regardless of the frustrations, regardless of the conversations that you have with your parents, at the end of the day, they just want the best for you. And, being a kid of immigrants, you kind of know what they went through. It's like these people risk their life, they risk their freedom just to start a new life and a new family over here. So it's like the pressure is warranted and the pressure is completely valid. And it's just a matter of working hard, doing what you got to do, same way they did for themselves, and then making them proud. And that's it.
I love that. And shout out to San Jose. You guys are from San Jose. Shout out to the Bay Area.
Bay Area.
Warriors.
And where can everyone follow you guys, find you guys?
At Peach Tree Rascal.
No S.
No S, because
Was it already taken?
Don't take it that way.
What?
Don't go that way. Just no S. Peach Tree Rascal.
Peach Tree Rascal.
Awesome. And when does your tour go until? How long are you guys on the road for?
29th of June.
Yeah, it went by pretty fast.
Awesome. And I'd love to, see you guys out with one of your newer songs. I think you guys said Lately I.
Lately,
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about this. What was the process of bringing the song together?
So it started at our old house. We built another shed out there. Found this nice little drum loop, played some piano over it. Tarrek came in, laid down like some nice like rough vocals that sounded extremely catchy. And then from there, like, we kind of like sat with that song for a long time.
At least a year and a half.
Yeah.
Without even like not even listening to it like once or twice.
Really? A year and a half?
And
Did it
then-
like haunt your dreams?
No,
Like-
like sit with it as in like we made it that day, we made the rough draft, and then we completely forgot about it
Yeah.
for like a year and a half. And then a year and a half later, we were just looking through old songs and we found that one. And it was funny because I found that song in my notes and I was listening to it maybe like an hour or two before you found it and sent it to the group chat. Like, this song's pretty cool. And I was like, wow, I was just listening to that. And I thought the same thing. And sometimes that's how it works. And
That shit's sexy.
it just feels good. And
That's the most guy thing I've ever heard in my life, honestly. But like, we just forgot about this great song that was in there. And so, I mean, I'm sure you guys are going to perform it all during your tour. And so let's take a listen to it now. Again, thank you guys. We have the Peach Tree Rascals in studio. Thank you for taking time off of your busy tour to come by. And let's get into one of their latest singles. This is Lately I here on Vocalo Radio 91.1 FM.
Trying to make it through. I said, baby, don't you wait, no, I'll be there soon. And all the other days will disappear, it's true.